Hey, so if you didn't watch the Elimination Chamber, didn't watch Monday Night Raw, didn't watch YouTube in between now and since the Elimination Chamber, and then Friday Night Smackdown was perfect for you because it started off with a recap of Elimination Chamber with extreme emphasis on the Grace and Water effect with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Thank you for joining me. I am your host, Unknown Emperor, here to bring you Friday Night Smackdown review. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you hear, please leave a like, a comment, share, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about what happens on Friday Night Smackdown. And then, I'm always up for a debate. I'm always up for a conversation. So feel free to leave a comment. But without further ado, Friday Night Smackdown opened up with the Bloodline minus Roman Reigns. He took forever getting to the ring. And then when he finally did get to the ring, he wanted the crowd to acknowledge him 3 different times. And then he threatened to leave. Like, what? You took forever to get to the ring, and then you threatened to leave. But Paul Heyman shut all that down. He was like, hey, we can't do that. We have obligations. The obligations was The Rock. But I had to wait for a commercial break. And then, little do I know, already 20 minutes done passed. I hadn't really watched any type of wrestling, and all I've heard is some talking. Roman Reigns take forever. But when commercial break came back, The Rock made his way to the ring. He took forever. I don't know what it is with the slow walk nowadays, but he took forever. But then when he finally got to the ring, he got booed out of this world. They booed the shit out of The Rock. And I never thought I'd be hearing today that they boo The Rock, because The Rock is so loving, so amazing. Like, why would you want to boo The Rock? But that's because they love Cody Rhodes so much. And the heel version of The Rock is so weird because he said, we're 10 miles away from Phoenix. Who's all from Phoenix? And, people shouted, yeah, I'm from Phoenix. Talk about me, The Rock. Then out of the blue, he was like, Phoenix is the #1 city for cocaine and meth use. Raise your hand if you looked it up. Raise your hand if you got the answer that he got. Due to obligations to my open community of this empire, I will not raise my hand. But if you looked it up, you probably got the same answer I got. And if you got the same answer I got, then I don't know. It was a whole lot of talking going on. A lot was being said, but a lot of nothing. A lot of The Rock saying, oh, you think you want to be a man, and this, that, and the other. He used crack users like 17 times. Crack this 1,000 other times, cocaine and meth. Like, I don't know. This here Rock used a lot of old shtick, but for some reason it just kind of worked. Probably because it's The Rock. And then they panned over to Solo. Solo looked like he was going to sleep because I'm pretty sure he was as tired of standing there not really doing nothing as I was really tired of sitting there and watching. But I really enjoyed it because, like I said, those 20, 30 minutes to start my wrestling show was fabulous. I can't really complain about that. So far I'm really enjoying it because, like I said, all this time they really passed by. And then by this time, The Rock then kind of mustered up something to actually contribute to the storyline, and it was Cody Rhodes. He brought up Cody Rhodes, and he was like, no, I decline your challenge. Then he worked his way insinuating that he has a 22-inch long, home alone, schlong along. Then he gave it like a dramatic pause. And he was like, nah, get your mind out the gutter. I was talking about these 22-inch guns around these shoulders that I'm gonna wrap around and hold Cody Rhodes real tight. Which is a really weird segue from him talking or insinuating that he had a 22-inch long thing, and boom. But I really enjoyed it because it was It was The Rock. Then he finally made his way to the 2-on-2 that everybody knew was coming. He issued out a challenge. He said, no, I don't want to do the 101. A lot of people want to be 101, blah, 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 blah. Then he finally mustered up, hey, what we can do is do a 2v2 of you two jabronis, you two candy asses, you two clown emoji, and Cody Crybaby versus the most electrifying, most people entertainment, the people's champion, and your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, 2-on-2. And if Cody and Seth wins, the bloodline is not gonna interfere in the main event of WrestleMania of Night 2 in the 1-on-1. If Bloodline wins, the team of Roman Reigns and The Rock, then it's Bloodline rules. He said he can sit down and Solo can sing sing the national anthem, and the crowd went crazy for Solo. Then he was like, oh, I can take that chair and I can go in there and hit you with it and, beat you with it because it's no DQ or it's bloodline rules and anything. And also at this point, he was like, can't nobody stop him. And he took a shot at Triple H. So maybe at next year's WrestleMania, it's The Rock versus Triple H. Hopefully Triple H get healthy and Triple H get back in that thing, because I would love to see Triple H versus The Rock at next year's WrestleMania, or maybe 2 years from now. I don't care. Maybe they're setting it up for something, but The Rock threw it down because he references Triple H saying it like 2-3 weeks ago. So, that was good. Then finally, I'm thinking 40 minutes into it, it's about to end. 40 minutes. And I hadn't seen no wrestling on my wrestling show. But he was gonna be like, finally. Then Roman Reigns stopped him. It was like a dramatic pause. You could see Paul Heyman in the back crying like, oh my goodness, he's seen a ghost. Then he says, your family, I'll do anything for you, but I'm gonna need you to do one thing for me. He looked this man in the depths of his soul, like I'm doing to you now, and said, acknowledge me. And he ain't say it like he was telling everybody else, acknowledge me. Like he ain't put no bass in his voice. He said it like a sad little brother trying to get the approval of the big brother. Like Will Smith talking to Uncle Phil, and why don't he want me? Like he made that. And then The Rock took his glasses off. He was like, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. And then it was like, finally. Then he let Roman Reigns finish it off so he can get the big, and then they put their wands up. But again, The Rock is putting up an L. Like, something tells me Roman Reigns didn't really want The Rock there today. He was ready to leave, but you never know. I'm ready for this storytelling. I'm ready for The Rock to possibly turn on Roman Reigns, and him and Cody was in it from the get-go. So I'm ready for this segment. I really appreciated this segment, even though I keep complaining about how much time it took. 40 minutes is 40 minutes. It was really amazing, though. So if you really get the chance to sit down and watch it, you should really watch it. I enjoyed it. It was a nice segment. I would always watch it. I mean, I'd go back and watch it. I want to kind of give it a review, but I don't know my rating system yet. So what I want to do is basically, I guess give it a 3. I like 3s. 3 out of what, but we'll really work on it. But I appreciated this segment for what it was. We was able to zoom to the back, and LA Knight was really looking for AJ Styles. He had a chair with him too, so he really had something for AJ Styles, because AJ Styles flew across the country to attack LA Knight to make sure that he did not win an Elimination Chamber match. That is some heinous activity. And also, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory was in the back, and they were replaying Logan Paul knocking out Randy Orton. Funny enough, Randy Orton walked into the room, and and he was hysterical, and he was like, "I'm gonna fight one of you two tonight." And then Grayson Waller actually not threw up, but he threw Austin Theory under the bus. It was like, he's always wanted to fight you. So Randy was like, "Hey, me and you, we gonna throw them things." And Austin Theory really looked at Grayson Waller after Randy left like, "Hey, this is the second time you done got to me. This is the second time you done threw me under the bus." So they're not really long for this. Hopefully they don't really break them up, because they're actually a nice tag team and they've only scratched the surface of what they could do. But if they do break them up and make them fight at WrestleMania, then, I mean, I'm okay with that too. They can go off and do single things, and that's perfectly fine. Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi was our first wrestling match on a wrestling show. And they were really in a tough position because they had to follow up with the Bloodline. Took the first 40 minutes of the show, but they did the best thing what they can with what they had. It wasn't too long of a wrestling match. It really started off with Tiffany Stratton getting a lot of flips in, and then Naomi was able to bust out a face buster for the 1-2 kick out. Whenever they came back from break, Tiffany Stratton had hit Naomi with a double stomp. The double stomp led into a 1-2 kick out. Then I blinked. Tiffany Stratton had hit Naomi with an eye rake. Then she slammed her into the turnbuckle. Then she was able to hit the prettiest moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Tiffany Stratton won. It was really a very quick, well put together match. These are two nice wrestlers, amazing talent. I personally don't know what they're gonna do for WrestleMania. They haven't really leaned towards anything. I don't know what they can do, but I look forward to see what kind of pans out. I trust in Triple H to put them in the best position. So I'm ready to see what's gonna happen next for Tiffany and Naomi. Next, we got one of the most heartbreaking segments, or the heartbreaking storylines in WWE right now. And we got a recap of what Damage Control has done to Bayley over the course of since Royal Rumble. We saw the writing on the wall before the Royal Rumble, but ever since then, they really dug deep and doubled down on the mental and emotional abuse that they have been doing to Bayley. And I can't wait for her to go to WrestleMania and beat Io Sky for that championship, so we can go ahead and give Bayley the love and the credit and her flowers for being the amazing wrestler that she is. But I digress. The match that it led into was the Kabuki Warriors, who was Asuka and Kairi Sane. Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors, your tag team champions, facing off against Dakota Kai and Bayley. I guess they threw the match together, but we all knew how this match was gonna end. It was very slow. No, I lied. It didn't slow. They attacked her in the beginning. The Kabuki Warriors attacked Bayley, and Dakota Kai ran out of the ring. She was sitting there, and they jumped Bayley for a good 5-10 minutes before the referee or Dakota Kai even showed any type of interest in stopping it. So they were really building up this Bayley is the victim, and you should pity her, and whenever she wins this title, it's gonna be best, because they beat the dog shit out of Bayley, and they just watched it happen, and then it was 2-on-1. Bayley was really trying to win this match handicap style, but they kept calling it a tag team match for the tag team titles. They kept jumping her and getting the quick tag, stopping her from getting the Dakota Kai, but Dakota Kai wasn't really showing any interest. Whenever Asuka knocked Bayley into the corner, it looked like Dakota Kai met in with an elbow, but she got knocked over, and she took forever getting up. Here again, they are jumping Bayley. They are doing Bayley dirty. Dakota Kai builds up the confidence to finally jump up on the apron. Boom, she's up. She's actually looked like she's engaged. Everything is really going really well. We think that she's finna hit the hot tag. Dakota Kai jumps off. last week she said she had her back. How quick 7 days changed a person. She jumped off. Bailey got fed up. Obviously, the last person, a part of the team, turned on her. So she got out the ring, she got attacked, she got distracted. She wasn't really worried about the Kabuki Warriors, but they was worried about her. Then they jumped Bailey. They hit Bailey with a move. Then Io Sky had hit her with the double knees in the back of the head. And they were yelling at Bailey, calling her all types of Japanese names. Like for real, they were yelling at her in Japanese. If we go back and look, I'm pretty sure. But they were doing Bailey dirty. I really feel bad for her. But I'm just ready for her to go take that title. The Kabuki Warriors win. I really like this segment. This Smackdown was really a nice to really watch. But I really like this segment. I like this match. I keep talking the segment. Same thing. I like this match. If you like this match, you let me know how you felt about it going in. And then they immediately zoomed to the back. Jade Cargill met Damage Control, so they had a little standoff, and then they all just took her to the back. Hopefully she signs with SmackDown. I hadn't seen Jade since before the Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble. So hopefully she signs with SmackDown and she does something so she can get inside WrestleMania, because she is a very great talent. If you don't know who Jade Cargill is, she is an amazing talent. She was in AEW for oh so long. 2 years running as a TBS champion. She was undefeated until she lost the title. But she is a great talent, very strong, amazing woman. So if you haven't seen Jade Cargill, please go watch her. Please go see her. She is something great and amazing to behold. And then the next thing, we got Braun Breaker and fighting a local enhancement, or I think something in NXT, but it wasn't really much. Bell rung. He hit him with the spear. 1, 2, 3. Match was over. Braun Breaker left. That's how quick the match was. Like, boom, spear. But I really can't wait to see what Braun Breaker does on the main roster. He can really be a main event person. They're going to put the rocket on his back and shoot him to the moon, because he is going to be great. Next, we got a hype video package for Santos Escobar versus Carlito. Now, they both came out with their teams, but the team stayed in the back. I don't know why, knowing that both of the teams are going to come out at some point. But the match started. It was fast-paced in the beginning. Carlito sent Pablo, I was going to call him Pablo Escobar, Santos Escobar into the steel steps. Then he went under the ring. Under the ring, he found the kendo stick, pulled out the kendo stick. Then he dropped the kendo stick. He found an apple, which was obviously planted, because why would an apple just be under the ring? He went over. He was going to get something else. He got caught with a dive. Boom. Went to commercial break. They came back. Carlito was in the corner with a trash can over his head. No explanation. No nothing. He got hit. He got hit under the trash can, and then it went left for a little minute. He was able to get control. Then Santos Escobar ended up going for another dive, but he got hit with a chair. Then Carlito proceeded to put trash can over Santos and then obliterate this man. He tried to murder this man with the chair. If you go back and watch what he did, if he were to do this in public, he would be arrested. It was crazy. He had the trash can over his head and started beating the shit out of Escobar. It was wild. Angel Garza and Humberto, the rest of Phantasma, had no choice but to come out and jump this man. He was trying to take out their leader. What? He beat this man with the chair. But they came out, they hit him with a couple moves, and then the LWO came out. They fought each other off a little bit. Santos was getting strong. Then all you heard was booyaka, booyaka, and then Rey Mysterio hobbled out on crutches. He really played possum on these boys, because they really went to attack this man knowing he was on crutches. So they was going to attack someone on crutches, really, that was limping. So it really serves them right, because he was lying and he beat him with the crutch. first Humberto, then Angel, and then he worked his way to Santos. Santos got distracted by Ray. He got hit with an awesome backstabber. Then he got hit with the 619, and then Carlito put this man through a table. 1, 2, 3. Carlito beats Santos, and hopefully this is the end of this feud, because this has been going on for a long time and I'm really tired of it. I will appreciate this match for what it was, the end of a storyline. It is good. Another great showcase for Smackdown for what it provided tonight. But I'm sick of these people fighting. Like the LWO and Santos group has been fighting for a little minute. Hopefully this is the end of it, so we really don't have to see this anymore. And then we were backstage with Nick Aldis. He was met with the New Catch Republic. They were claiming that they could have another title match with the Judgment Day, but then Nick Aldis said him and Adam Pearce was working on something. I think that something is separating the Unified Tag Team titles, putting them back on SmackDown and Raw respectfully, and maybe they can be the first SmackDown champions. Well, not the first, but the ones after they split it, because I think Judgment Day is on Raw, or maybe they're gonna lose after that, after WrestleMania, and it's gonna split. I don't know. But then LA Knight was back screaming for AJ Styles. He has not found him this whole night, and he still had this chair in his hand. So, I mean, I don't blame him personally, but I mean, if AJ didn't show up, he's not gonna show up. And then we got to our main event. My man, my girl called him her uncle. It is Kevin Owens. He came out for commentary, so he came out to commentate on the main event match. The main event match was made up early in the night between the three people, like I told you the video, Randy Orton and Austin Theory. We all knew how this match was gonna go. Well, at least I had an idea about how this match was gonna go. It was extremely quick. It was extremely fun. The whole match was basically Kevin on commentary, telling jokes over there, having the time of his life. It was great. Whenever Randy was near the announcer's table, Kevin Owens would just start clapping and cheering. Whenever it was Austin Theory, he was boo and talk noise. It was really fun to see Kevin Owens and hear Kevin Owens it was more entertaining than the match itself, I'm sorry to say. Like, Kevin Owens is just a national treasure. I can't wait for him to do what he's gonna do at WrestleMania. I don't know what it is, because I think Randy Orton is facing Logan Paul at WrestleMania. But I'm appreciated for what it is. KO even also untied Grayson Waller's shoe, because Randy Orton did the little table slam thing on Austin Theory, and then he did it on Grayson Waller, and Kevin Owens untied his shoe. Like I said, most of the main event was Kevin Owens having the time of his life out there, and Randy Orton was also having fun for what I think it was. And then the match kind of started picking up, but when it picked up, it started to reach its downhill because they were running out of time. Because, again, the first segment took 40 minutes. 45 if you count the commercials. If they would have walked faster, it probably would have took 35. But, again, I digress. Randy Orton had hit Austin with a spike DDT. He then went for the RKO. He reversed it into a blockbuster. They both hit a 1-2 out of the ring. He got missed. Theory, he dove at Randy from outside of the ring. Boom, RKO. He hit him with it. 1, 2, 3, Randy Orton wins. And as soon as he won, Grayson Waller came in. He attacked Randy. Kevin Owens came from commentary. He ran into the ring. He helped him out. Austin Theory got a stunner for his troubles. Grayson Waller got an RKO for his troubles. And the good guys was standing tall at the end of SmackDown. It was a very nice watch, even though, like I said, I keep complaining about the time. But I really appreciate what this SmackDown was. I'm ready to see every SmackDown for the road to WrestleMania and how they built this card. I appreciate you for tuning in, for watching this video. Feel free to leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you disagree or agree. And if you like the review, please share it. Leave your comments. And if you want to see me react, review, or do anything as far as anime, music, anything else along those lines, feel free to leave a comment, email me, or DM me. I will leave that stuff below. I am Unknown Emperor. I am signing off tonight.